You with the one and only boxing guru for this episode of Under the Microscope. We're going to focus in on DB, David Benavidez' victory over Ronald Ellis last night on Showtime, main event. Yeah, this went down as predicted. Ronald Ellis definitely put up a valid effort, but it was nullified with David's persistency, his constant pressure on Ronald throughout the fight. So I knew this was going to play out because of Ronald Ellis' style of boxing. Ronald Ellis could not change his dimensions of his boxing IQ, and that would led to his defeat against David Benavidez. That's why I knew this was going to play out. To beat DB, you have to be able to box, but the more important thing is you have to be able to manhandle DB. You have to get in his chest and stop his momentum. If you're not able to do that, you will lose to DB, David Benavidez. Because once he get his motor going, he'll roll through you. He'll plow through you. He's like a plow. Yeah, he gets going and he come forward throwing a bunch of combinations. His range, his distance is incredible. He's so tall and long. So definitely, the one who can beat him, in my opinion, like I said, is Jermall Charlo. Jermall is physical enough, big enough, and long enough to box with David on the outside, make David pay if he tries to walk him down. Jermall hits hard enough to make David feel his punches. Because Ronald definitely had some effective blows in the first 1 or 2 rounds when Ronald came out very aggressive. See, that's the blueprint of beating DB, David Benavidez. You definitely got to be aggressive with him. You got to manhandle him because David Benavidez is only 24 years old. So he's definitely still like a kid. And he's so tall and long. So you definitely have to get inside and smother his work. You wrestle with him. You can't just get inside and not wrestle with him because you want to stop his hands from punching. You want to better disrupt his rhythm. So it's a perfect combination of boxing and roughhouse tactics like Bernard Hopkins used to do. So if a fighter can do that, he definitely would be able to whoop DB, David Benavidez. I'm looking for Jermall Charlo to man up, to come out and says, hey, I'm sick of this guy calling me out. We can get it on at 164. It would be a lit fight. It would be a good fight. But I doubt if it happens because, a lot of fighters is clout chasing now. They talk a lot of stuff and fight contenders, B level, C level fighters. So all this is just, smoke in the air. It ain't going to mount up to nothing. This year in 2021, we might get 1 or 2 major fights, but those are the cash out fights, like maybe Tyson Fury and AJ. Them boys been fighting for so long, so it don't make sense to try to fight, mediocre fighters. It's best to cash out. But a person like David Benavidez and Jermall Charlo, who's right at that bubble of stardom and to take over, so you definitely got to have a 2 fight with them. They got to schedule a first fight, then the second fight, the rematch. Because when you take a lucrative bout or a risky bout like this, you got to make sure it's worth your money and everything because you got a lot to lose. Both fighters definitely has a lot to lose. Even though David was impressive last night, but I saw how you have to beat him, how you have to fight him, and different things of that nature. And I believe Jermall Charlo is definitely the man to do it. These are the words of the one and only boxing guru. Jermall Charlo can beat David Benavidez. Even though David is a beast, this fight definitely has to happen before, in my opinion, before the Caleb Plant. Because style-wise, I just believe Jermall Charlo fits a better fight. Like they say, styles make fights. I just believe Jermall Charlo's style is better because Caleb would be on the outside trying to box DB, David Benavidez, all night long, and that would play into David Benavidez's hands. You can't dance all night long from him because he's tall and long. So you definitely got to manhandle David Benavidez. So I'm definitely looking for the weeks to come what Jermall Charlo's words would be saying, if he's going to take the fight or not, or he's going to mention DB's David Benavidez name. So it definitely will be intriguing to see how this plays out. These are the words of the one and only boxing guru. Jermall Charlo will beat David Benavidez.